Hi there, welcome to our presentation for PlanIT Daily. Our image here perfectly illustrates the impact that the internet has had on publishing. Both these gentlemen are consuming the same content. The guy on the left has had to buy a stack of newspapers. However, the guy on the right is reading the same material on his smartphone. Hi there, welcome to our presentation. My name's Paddy Breslin and I'm a project manager here with PlanIT Daily. Now, I've worked most of my career in newspapers and publishing, and the newsroom, like the one you see behind me here, I feel is a vital component in our society. And I think a lot of people share this view. We need a sustainable, a free and independent media sector. Now, for our presentation today, I'm going to take us through an overview of the marketplace. We're going to look at the problems and the opportunities that we've identified, and also we're going to look at the advantages that we feel our product can bring. My colleague Alison will take us through our design and branding, as well as the user journey through our product. And finally, John is going to look at our business model, the competition out there, and the road ahead. Now, over the last 15 years, the publishing industry has faced somewhat of a crisis. Readership is declining amongst every sector and every demographic, and advertising spend is following this trend. The readers have moved online, and advances in mobile technology, Wi-Fi and connectivity is accelerating this process. Now, this creates some issues. The users are struggling to find the content they want amongst the millions of web pages. And for the publisher, their existing model of printing and distributing published products has become financially unsustainable. Now, all this migration online has led to some problems, but also some opportunities. Users are struggling to find brands they're familiar with, and the media companies have yet to find a sustainable model that will generate enough revenue to cover the costs of producing the content. At PlanIT Daily, we believe that journalism now plays a vital role. The users we've spoken to in customer discovery are people who, despite their young age, read The Economist and the Financial Times. They pay for subscriptions to the likes of Spotify and Netflix. So we believe that the right content delivered the right way will appeal to these people. At PlanIT Daily, we believe we can build a product that will satisfy both the user and the media owner. The business model online is vastly different to the traditional offline publishing model. How you target your customers, how you look at the market segment, and how people pay for your services is very different. The users we've spoken to, they're very comfortable paying for stuff online. They know what they want and expect value for their money. We believe we can build a product that will give these things to the user, but will also generate a sustained revenue stream for the content creator and allow them to continue generating content.
Hi, I'm Ali. I'm the graphic designer on PlanIT Daily. I'm responsible for the overall design of the PlanIT Daily app. This includes branding, establishing brand and style guidelines, and logo design. My role also involves designing and mapping out intuitive user journeys, wireframing, user interface design, and prototyping. I'm going to talk you through how we developed the PlanIT Daily logo, give you an introduction to the UI through wireframes, and give you a walkthrough of one user journey. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about how we developed our PlanIT Daily logo. The first step was to jot down a few ideas, words, or imagery that we associated with the news. A few things that came up were bookmarks, quotation marks, megaphones, speech, reading glasses, newspapers, and that type of thing. Next, I started developing a few of these ideas using simple illustrations. I then experimented with a few fonts to see which one would suit the name the best, and then coupled those with a few of the illustrations that I had designed previously. We asked ourselves the question then, what do people really do with our app? And the answer was read. So one of the first ideas was a pair of reading glasses. So we felt that that was actually the best image to represent the app. I then went on just to develop a very simple pair of reading glasses, and then went on to integrate those glasses into the P and D letters of the PlanIT Daily name. And now moving on to the wireframes. During our user research, we asked potential users which digital device they use to read their news. An overwhelming 70% said they use their mobile phone. For this reason, we're concentrating on mobile first. One of Planet Daily's unique features is being able to filter your news stories by a particular journalist, and then being able to follow the journalist and get updated on when they publish a new article. And this is the journey I'm going to talk you through now. Starting from the sign-in screen, the user is presented with a form that they can sign in from here. You can either do it that way if you have an account already set up, or you can sign in with a social media account, or you can click the link at the bottom to create a new account. After you sign in, you're brought to the home screen. On the screen you've got settings up in the left hand corner and a display of your balance and my account settings up on the right hand corner. Under this there's a search bar to search for content throughout the app. The main buttons on the home page will give you categories, newspapers, magazines, journalist, trending and scan cover. User journey, we're going to select journalists. After you press the journalist button, you're then brought to the journalist screen, which gives you an A to Z list of all the available journalists on Planet Daily. Then notice in the top left hand corner the settings icon is replaced by a back button, and settings is now down in a persistent navigation bar at the bottom. You've also got links to home, bookmarks and the more menu here. After selecting your chosen journalist, you're given the option to follow this journalist or share with friends who might be interested in reading the same things. Under this, you have a list of the journalist's latest articles, the publication that they write for, and the date that the article was published. Tapping on the story you want to read, you're then brought to the Read Article screen. On the top right hand corner, you've got the price of the article, and you've got the publication that it's in. You've also got a main article photo and a category label which the story belongs to. By default, you get to see half the article, so you can read half and see if it interests you. If it doesn't, you can just go back to the list and have a look at some others. If you like the look of it, then you can purchase it and read it. Then you can just press the close button and you're returned to the latest articles screen.
Hello, I'm John. I'm a project manager in Dublin and I'm on the M stream. My primary responsibilities on the Planet Daily team are to support the project team through project planning and governance, as well as contributing to business and product development through collaboration, customer engagement and other project deliverables. Now, how people get their news has changed radically in the last couple of decades. Sure, the traditional news agencies like the New York Times, Guardian and the BBC are still around and still respected for their journalistic integrity and high quality of their content. But quite some time ago we saw the rise of the news aggregators like Google, Yahoo and other sites like Drudge Report and Breitbart. These services meant that you no longer had to move from site to site to read the most important and most popular stories for the moment. More recently, Facebook and Twitter have been major sources for news. We saw with the attempted coup in Turkey this weekend, as well as numerous other big stories over the recent years, these stories really broke on Reddit. To most of us, the rise of social news is really no surprise at all. And in a survey we've recently conducted, 25% of respondents got their news from social media platforms. How we consume news is also changing. 80% of respondents in another survey said they consume their news while on the go, using a phone or a tablet. For most of us, again, no surprise there. Smartphones have revolutionized how we interact with the world and how we entertain and inform ourselves. Planet Daily seeks to disrupt a crowded marketplace by bringing together the best of the best in digital news and allowing readers to move beyond the traditional online paywall that locks us out of the in-depth, high-quality content we want and need. You pay for only the content you want and say goodbye to the pricey monthly subscriptions that provide poor value for money for most readers. And if you don't want to pay, most content is available under the ad-supported model. When we set out to develop the business model for Planet Daily, we knew that we needed our goals to center around building those key relationships that we knew we would need along the way. Obviously, publishers, journalists, and other content owners, but also with payment processors and advertisers. But most importantly, with our customers. As mentioned earlier, based on customer feedback, we aim to launch our minimum viable product using a freemium model. We will continue to engage with customers during user testing, and based on that engagement, our product roadmap will evolve, adding features and functionality that our customers want and need. Now, we're not naive about our product or its place in a very crowded market. We know we have to strike the right balance between revenue, customer, and content owners. We'll need to monitor all three very closely through the life cycle to ensure that we're striking the right balance. We'll achieve this by setting KPI targets around customer satisfaction, net promoter scoring, pricing, costs, revenue sharing, and other financial performance. With all projects, and especially with startups, you have to very early on ask yourself, what does success look like? What is a successful launch, a successful product, a successful customer engagement program? For PlanIT Daily, success looks like an engaged and loyal customer that helps us build a better product with better offerings than anyone else. It looks like mutually beneficial partnerships with content owners and securing exclusive high-quality content that you just can't get anywhere else. And similar partnerships with other service providers like hosting, bandwidth, payment processing. Now all of this comes together to ensure that we're focusing on customer satisfaction, customer retention, and the net promoter score. Therein lies the magic of our value proposition. And as long as we get that right and closely manage our financials, we can see what success looks like for PlanIT Daily. What's next for PlanIT Daily? We're currently working to develop our minimum viable product. We're going to take it to the market with a premium pricing model, again based on customer feedback. A user can choose to go ad supported and receive standard content for free, or they can register a payment method, load an initial deposit, and enjoy all of their news ad free. The cost of premium content will be deducted from that balance. Now, as previously discussed, user testing is going to continue to form an important part of the product's development, helping us to evolve and iterate our offering to keep the proposition strong. The product roadmap will always be prioritized in deference to customer feedback. A few key features that we're looking to add to the product roadmap are a customer suggestion engine that will learn what you like to read and will suggest stories that we think you'll like. Discounted prepaid bundles to reward loyalty and to reduce point of sale friction. Specialist and topical organization of content.
So thank you for viewing our presentation. Should you have any questions, please feel free to contact any of us on the following email addresses.